What's going on, boys and girls? All right, man. I've been watching a lot of videos on how these governments. Once again, I say this in all my videos, all the way back to the days of Jesus. How these governments they're nothing but slave drivers. They got their military slaves, which control all the slaves, like you and I. Tax your ass, make you go to work, blah, 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 blah. And it's the same shit all the way up until today. But dude, I've been seeing these videos on how you got slaves in every country, North Korea, China, Russia, America, all over. If you got a government, you're a freaking slave, and you always have been. Anyway, man, I've been noticing, watching a lot of these videos on these black people. Way back in the 1700s, 1600s, the slavery and all that shit. And like, holy shit, man. Out of all the slaves that ever existed, I think they had it the worst. My God. France, for example, had black people fighting their wars, and they promised them wages. And after these black people fought these wars and hundreds of thousands of them died, the ones that did live wanted their money from the government, and the government said, F you, and killed them all. Talking about putting them in cages and circuses and putting them in a cage with orangutans and shit like that. And all these white people would come and pay to watch and throw them bananas and shit like that. And I mean, it just goes on and on and on. King Leopold over in Africa, how many hundreds of thousands of black people he mutilated, cut off their hands. This goes on in the European Union. Same shit, what they did to the black people. America, same shit, selling the black women as sex slaves. These rich white demons would buy these, black women and rape them and do what they want to do, and shit goes on and on, man. But like I say, out of all history, I think the black people have had the worst of it as far as being slaves. No doubt about it. Hands down, dude. The more shit I read about that, it's like, oh my God. And the mindset of the people back in them days that thought it was okay to do this to other people, whether they be black or white or whatever the hell they might be. Just the mindset, way back in the slave days, ladies and gentlemen, if you were a slave owner and you owned a bunch of slaves and had a big plantation, all the people around, the children, were trained up to think that slave driver, that demon, was considered to be a good Christian man because God blessed him with all these slaves. Anyway, man, I found a girl on TikTok. TikTok, man, they put me back on. I can't believe it. I was banned for the last year or 2 years. Couldn't get on TikTok. They banned me. I just tried to get on the other day and they let me back on. Can't believe it. So anyway, but I found some girl on Instagram. And I'm going to play just a little bit of her video for you so you can watch it. If you can get your brain wrapped around like this girl, the way she thinks, then you got it going on. The only thing about her is she sees all the slavery. She knows that you're a slave right now and all the shit that's going down. But she still does not see that nothing's going to end it. Okay, the only thing that's going to end it is eyes on Jesus. It's all written in the Bible. That's the only thing that is going to stop it. And it's your only way out. Okay, Jesus opened a door. There's only one door, one way out of this satanic shithole that we're living in. But anyway, man, if you can think like this girl, because she sees the slavery, she knows you're a slave, and she did a damn good job, man. So I'm going to play a little bit of her video here. But what you want to do is to be able to think like her. She's got it going on. Here she goes. Let me get this.
States of America isn't an isolated event, but rather a blueprint for the New World Order. And the reason that I'm saying this is because as a citizen of the United States of America, I live in Chicago, Illinois, which is probably one of the safer places to live. And by safe, I mean safer from the government and this current administration, but ultimately nowhere in the United States is safe. And I wrapped my head around this. So I started looking at other places to live in the world, and I realized that this alt-right movement that's essentially taken hold of the United States publicly, once and for all, is sweeping the globe. The same seed of division and hate that they sowed here in the United States to bring us to this inevitable boiling point, right? Because this country was founded on the genocide of natives and built on the backs of fucking slaves. The worst atrocities committed against humanity happened at the hands of the creation of the United States of America. Right? So we were always kind of destined for what it is we're dealing with, but I don't think you guys understand that they don't plan on stopping here. They're coming for everything, and I can already see it in your rhetoric. I follow the FYP pages of a lot of different countries that I was considering moving to, and I already see you guys hating the Muslims. I already see the misogyny sweeping through your social media campaigns. I can see what happened here happening there, and everywhere I'm considering going is 1 to 2 generations at absolute best away from being what the United States presently fucking is. And I don't think you guys understand how critical this situation is here. You're a genocidal, senile pedophile of a fucking president squeezing American taxpayers for every fucking dollar they possibly can, while corporations just run us fucking ragged by way of work and patronage, right? They work us like fucking slaves. They charge us like fucking slaves. They treat us like fucking slaves, because if you live in the United States of America, you are a free-range tax slave. It does not matter what tax bracket that lands you in. Make no mistake, that is what your existence is dedicated to. And we've watched our president triple his net worth with the most blatant and disrespectful kleptocracy we've ever fucking seen. We've watched billionaires have record-breaking profits while we struggle to put poisonous food on the fucking table, while we watch our children get shot in school, while we lose our constitutional rights, while they redraw maps so they can steal the election and inevitably take away all of our constitutional rights. They've consolidated power to one branch. There are no checks and balances. We are in a recession of fucking democracy, and they do this so that they can build concentration camps to terrorize innocent civilians, brown people, black people, liberals, socialists, anybody who doesn't support the kleptocracy and pedophilia of the current president, all while he gives himself and his followers $1.7 billion for committing some of the most heinous crimes against fucking society. Like, we lead the globe for citizens incarcerated per capita. We are the largest creator and consumer of child pornography. We have the most child sex trafficking rings, the most missing children, the most mass shooters, the most school shooters, the most serial killers, the most white collar crime, the most tax things. We don't even have military outposts. We have smuggling centers strategically positioned across the world. So when I tell you that they're coming for everybody, baby, they've already set up shop. And they've already sowed the seed of division and hate, which is ultimately what rots a country from the inside out. No matter how hard I try to escape this shit, it's everywhere. It's in every conversation I try not to have. It's in every comedy special, every piece of entertainment I try to tune out into. It's every fucking book, every social media app, every fucking news network. Every time I turn around, it's breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. And the breaking news is a new and creative way they've come to bleed us of every fucking dollar we have, or kill us fucking slowly in the most horrific ways you could fucking imagine, hoping that we'll die off before we're old enough to collect the social security they want to spend on genociding innocent fucking civilians half the world over. They use my tax dollars to drop white phosphorus on amputee orphans in fucking Gaza, to terrorize people in fucking Lebanon, to devastate the Holy Land while using my Lord's name in vain. So I can't even publicly be a fucking Catholic anymore, because the institutions associated with the God I fucking worship are doing the fucking devil's work with my tax dollars. And then they're just doing this thing where they're trying to ruin the infrastructure required to support the fucking civilization that's maintaining their kleptocracy, their genocide, their pedophilic fucking agenda. I can't wrap my head around why they're so fucking evil. They abolished the EPA, the FDA, the CDC, FEMA, the National Weather Association. You don't even know if a natural disaster is going to threaten your home. And if it does obliterate your home, there is no insurance company that's going to pay for that because they get to steal your money too. They're a major corporation lobbying with inside the fucking government. And then your tax dollars that used to go to FEMA to help you in the event of a natural disaster, that doesn't fucking exist either. The EPA used to regulate what they put in our food, what they put in our water, what they put in our environment. Same with the FDA. Those are gone. They've removed all the restrictions. They're putting forever chemicals and pesticides on our food while we're experiencing a global food shortage that they created due to the war in fucking Iran. They're poisoning our land. They're poisoning our sea, our rivers, our air. They want to build AI surveillance centers so they can surveil which citizens they want to put in these concentration camps that your tax dollars are funding, while these AI data centers are depleting your access to fresh water and poisoning the environment around them. I can't make this shit up. They bankrupted our farms so they could steal the land to build the surveillance centers that are going to put us in fucking prison. The citizens that they're not trying to put in these concentration camps, they have the worst version of life available for you. If you send your children to school, you don't know if they're going to get shot, kidnapped, or raped.
Okay, man. Anyway, she's got it going on. A lot of F words coming out, but you know, a lot of people talk that way. But she has got a bird's eye view of what the satanic world is all about. Okay? But, once again, she needs to understand that there's only one way out, and that's Jesus Christ. Okay? He died on the cross. He opened the door. You got one damn way out. But if you can think like this girl, and if you are thinking like this girl, and you see what she says, and you see what she sees, then you are on the right track, man. You got it going on. You're able to see what the hell is going on. She's maybe one of the 1% or 2% in this world that can see things like this. The other freaking 95, 98% of the people are just, they're in la la land. They don't even have a clue what this girl is talking about. You know? But she's right on about the pedophiles, about the slavery. You know, you're a slave. Most people, everybody's a slave, and most people don't even know it. Okay? You're a slave to these demons that run the world. That's it, man. You're a freaking slave, and it's going to get worse when they get the AI systems up and running. You're screwed. That's what I keep saying over and over. She sees it. I see it. It's right in front of your freaking face. But anyway, man, if you get your brain on like what she's got going on, you're in a good spot. But remember, only one way out, man. Get your faith in Jesus. Get your faith in God. You know, give it up. Worship God. Praise God. God. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys quite understand that God hates this world, and even says in the Bible that if you love this world, that you do not know him, that you do not love him. God hates all of this shit. He's against your governments and all this demonic pedophile bullshit that's going on in the Trump organization. Speaking of pedophile Trump bullshit, who is that? Melania. She just got on a video the other day talking about she has nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Me or my husband had nothing to do with Jeffrey Epstein. Shut the hell up. They got picture after picture after picture, and everybody freaking knows you guys were in bed with Epstein and the whole damn shit. And your freaking husband not only covers it all up and buries it so nobody goes to jail. How about, dude, that woman is, she's as twisted as he is, you know? And the sad thing is, all these pedophiles that are free, running free, they're still raping kids. And they're going to get voted for. Now we got Gavin Newsom over in California getting ready to run for president. God, Lord, help us all. And you know, millions of people are going to vote for that son of a bitch. Millions of people are going to vote for the pedophile Trump. You're lost. You're lost. You're stuck in the system. You're stuck. You're still voting for demons. You got demons running the world. And if you're voting, you're stuck. You're still in that system, the matrix. You don't even see what's really going on. You have no fucking clue. Do not vote. Do not vote for demons. That's all they are. That's all it's available to vote for. demons. Okay? That's it, man. That's all you got. Demons on the left, demons on the right, demons in the middle, demons behind, and demons up here and demons down there. No matter where you vote, you're voting for demons. Fuck. Anyway, man. All right, guys. Enough said. Peace out. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.